kill this music here. Let the game music come in. He's only taught you physics. Okay, gotcha. Which makes complete sense, yeah. Alright, window capture. I get the feeling this is slightly loud? Question mark? That is slightly worrying. Huh. Oh no. Did I bork it? I might have borked it. There we go. Okay. 70 seems reasonable. All right. We are onboarding. Yeah, right. Desert type area. Cool. Alright, we just loaded this up. Okay. Okay. Trolling a physics guy for teaching you. Well, it depends. So, like, if a physics teacher is teaching you, like, physics math, that's different than teaching math. Or if they're teaching you math in order to get a particular job done, teaching you math as, like, a process that needs to be done, then that's not really the way that most of us want to do it. I would argue. Which may or may not be fair. Depends on your outlook, I guess. You don't trust physics teachers. Excel. Oh no. So, I actually do the initial onboarding of derivatives by saying, like, this is how I understood something at I was in 6th grade, right? And our teacher went through and she said, I want you to find the pattern that exists in this, table. So she gave us a table, and it was, N is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and P is these numbers. And I said, okay, that's kind of cool. And I just went through, and I was able to figure out, because, I was, like, the math student in the class. I was like, this is really cool. So I just figured out what all of the the differences were between each of the lines. And I said, okay, from here to here, we're going to add 1. From here to here, we're going to add 1. So that's the entire left-hand side. The right-hand side, P, was like, add 3 every time. Okay, so then I know that the next one at the bottom of the list, the next one is going to also add 3. So, easy enough, right? That's an, stupidly simple pattern. Sure. Sounds good. okay. uh, take that and everything in it. And then we go with 3. I'm really glad this doesn't just dump it on the ground like some other games. Conveyor belt is too long. Is that anything like, my spoon is too big? There's gotta be somebody who knows that one. So anyway, I did the differences between all of them, and I went down the whole list and said, okay, all of our finite differences are going to give us these things. Cool. So then, once we start getting further into it, right? Right, because do I want to change height at all? I was wondering why it needed a double click. Alright, so I was like, alright, well, we're gonna... I also... there we go. Right. I want to align it here. And then go back and say that we had gotten organization storage container. Oop. Oh, come on. Nope, other way. Sorry, anyway. Oh, right. I can't do that. And we come over here and we say, now get that to go from here to there. Cool. Now we've got concrete coming right here. So much more convenient. Yeah. Airport luggage? Yep, completely. Right. Right, this is doing one at a time because this has too much crap in here. We need to split this into 2 different smelters, probably. That's a really tight space, that's not going to happen. Ugh. Whatever. So anyway, yeah, so I found the finite differences between the 2 lines on both sides, and I said, okay, well, this is just going to be add 1, add 3. So I, you know, kept the pattern, and then at the bottom I added 1 and I added 3 where the blank was. And in some cases it was like, you know, this one was +3. So what would this one be? Well, if I went +1, +1, +1, then I get the +3. So +3, +3, +3, it's +9. And so I would do that. And then at the toward the end of the page, there was one that was quadratic in nature. And I tried my, you know, same deal where I just went down and said, okay, if I add 1, or if I add the same number over here and add the same number over here, hey, this doesn't add the same number over here. But that pattern that's over here is itself one of those numbers up there which has a constant pattern. So I made, you know, a table with constant differences on the left, and then the right I found the differences between every line, or every 2 lines, and then found the differences between those differences. And those were constant. I was like, oh, that's really cool. So we could do this. And then we just kept going and kept doing it. For all the rest of the ones that I was having some, you know, potential trouble seeing. Just like, what do we do? Let's try, you know, going further and further and further, doing more and more and more differences every time. And sometimes it worked great, and other times it didn't work at all. We don't need to go that far. We could just up stakes on this one. Do the exact same thing we were doing over there. Okay. Something in this direction. And then we... Nope, that's not what I wanted. Nope, not what I wanted. Do the same thing. Organization, storage container. Storage container. Okay. From there to there. Wee bit crooked, but you know what? It's fine. Now, in theory, I could have also stacked that one on top of that one. I'm sure everybody would love that. Okay, we're on ads. There's going to be a 3-minute break, and I shall return. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Sorry. No, wait, never mind. We just got back from break, because that one just said it started. Yeah, never mind. Woo. Gotta love the way the computer's doing this. Right, double check. Make sure. Yeah, it's back from break. Cool. Alright, so we got our concrete, we got our rods and plates, and we've got our copper wire coming in. Cool. Alright, so now we want some. Don't want all, we want some. Can we slow down the rate of some of these? I've never tried that before. Chicken soup, add balsamic vinegar, you can ruin perfectly good. I would not be surprised. Did somebody attempt to do that at your house? Or succeed, in fact. Had a friend who once accidentally tried to make cinnamon toast with cumin. Nice. Taco toast. Okay, so like I want... I want... Harumph. Right. Can we change the rate at which these draw? Not there. Input. seconds. Can't... Ah, it might be in these... Might be in these lock things. Would not surprise me in the least. Okay. So I want to split one of these bad boys. That's gonna be fun. Nope, I hit the wrong button. Okay, so I want to now create a splitter. We'll do it here. I can't do that. Missing cable. Cool. Alright, we'll take back some of these and make cables. Manually. Like some kind of animal. Cool. We also need... Right, screws, which come from rods. So we can split rods to make screws. Wait, is that not even close? Okay. It's going to be the correct way to do this. Get this one, which runs straight over there. Then we build another one, which comes over... Well, hang on. Let's build another constructor. Can't quite do a constructor yet, but cool. Need iron reinforced plating for the ground. You have a question about differential equations? Absolutely. Reinforced iron plate, we need 12 screws per. Oops, that one. Alright, so go like this. We get a constructor. We will... That's lovely. Okay, we go and line ourselves up here, and then we line ourselves up here, and we say, well, close enough. I didn't actually make the... Cool. Plate. Right, and got plenty of it, so that's good. Okay, try that again. Line ourselves up, make the constructor. It's coming out on this side. Right, we're aligned. So now we come back over here, and we try and line this up this way. And then make a connection this way. Cool. Construct wire. We need incoming wire. And then we get cables out. Cool. And then we get a merger back over here. Is there a chapter on proof and discrete math? There should be. The discrete math that well, there we go. The discrete math that my school taught did contain math proof as like its own subject, or much of the course was based around it. Learn a trick to solve second-order non-homogeneous differential equations. Begin with that. Okay, fair enough. Factor out a y. So, I'm not liking what you're putting, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's 100% wrong. My problem is that, like, ddx is an operator. You're taking a derivative with respect to x of something. And so, if you're taking away the thing that you're taking the derivative of, then what's going on? If, on the other hand, right, it's not times y. I mean, sure, but I don't think that's a good form. So, syntax, what I would want from my class is if you allow a y equals, so you're saying every differential equation that we've ever solved can be written in the, all solutions that we have found so far can be written of the form e to the rt, or e to the lambda t, if you really want to get highly technical. And if you let y be equal to e to the lambda t, then when you take multiple derivatives of it, you end up stacking your lambdas down front, which then means you get a lambda squared e to the lambda t plus lambda e to the lambda t plus e to the lambda t with the appropriate coefficients in those places. Now factor out your y, so e to the lambda t, and now you get left over lambda squared plus lambda plus constant with some ratio, right? They are now the coefficients of the differential equation. They're also the coefficients of a polynomial. And that's the characteristic equation. So, like, the way he's doing it may be legitimate asterisk, but I don't like it. Just because it seems to be offering a shortcut that, like, doesn't need to exist in the first place. Maybe I'm just not quite understanding what he's going for, but, like, Yeah, he seems to be, like I said, offering a shortcut for something that probably doesn't need a shortcut. Ew. Come on. But why would you do that? What the... Well, my point is that that particular technique, like, doesn't come up with a, like, legitimate algebraic movement of objects, as far as I'm concerned. Now, he is Michael Penn, and therefore probably more well-versed in whatever, but at the same time, like, yeah, I'm really skeptical of that particular 4 megawatts. I'm skeptical of that particular method, just because, again, it seems like he's trying to make something happen up to 30. Okay. Seems like he's trying to make something happen without necessarily explaining, like, I have thoughts. Occasionally. Yeah, it just seems like he's trying to make something that isn't technically valid, which is odd for him. Now, maybe, I mean, he's a doctorate, and he probably knows better than I do about certain things, but, like, it's just, I find it frustrating, me personally, that we could have something that, like, isn't following the algebraic rules of the established calculus. Well, see, here's the thing, is that treating dy dx as a fraction in a separable differential equation is actually algebraically sound when you consider that if you want to take the generic derivative, then you end up with all of these tail dy and dx pieces that are just attached to all the things. You can decide that you want to take a generic derivative and just say, like, how does this change in this direction? Now, it may not work for the way that you see it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's just straight invalid, which I understand could very well be an argument against what I said. So, it's not irony, I promise. So we need, right. We need another splitter on this. Nope. This one. Yoink. Alright, let's see. Splitter. Yet another splitter. Alright, where are we? Okay. That's where we line up. Oh, wait. No. Duh. Like, literally, just move to this one, because... No, I don't want a merger. I want a splitter. Alright, get that one to there. Get that one to there. Alright, now we continue as normal. And then we also take this one over to another constructor. Plates. I just need to start making plates somewhere. Alright, reinforced iron plates require screws and iron plates. Cool. I really need to redo my keybinds. Is in Cape. God damn it. Hey, Danny. We're doing all right here. How about you? Go. Okay, that's going to take rods. We want to create screws out of those rods. Cool. Then we want this thing to loop itself around back again into the merger. Uh-oh. Yep. This is the only open port we've got, so let's take this one. Nope. Let's take this one and loop it around the back. Come on, stop. bad boy around. Woo. Alright. This is going to be one of those I hate it moments, but it's alright. We're going to come over here. Spin it around this way. Nope. Nope. Ugh, iron plates. Oh look, iron plates. Something like that. Send here up, and then send here. Cross fingers, hope this works. Okay. So, next question. Who has any power? Probably not that one. We got a constructor, which needs another 4. This only has 3, so that's not gonna work. Around again. Try not to throw myself into the biomass cruncher. Minor details. Murder mystery. Me personally, I enjoy a good murder mystery novel slash live action roleplay-ish, or, you know, theater. So whether that be theater that I'm involved in or theater that we are just passively watching, those can be fun. Depends on how well it's done, right? Because there's definitely theater that does not make it work. Thinking of writing your own? Okay. So we have an available burner in that thing right there. Oh man. Okay, that one's already maxed out. We're good. Stumbled upon a game in that genre. Okay. What game? Okay, we're gonna go with, give me a power pole somewhat near this one, so that we can connect that one to that one, and that one to that one. And then we should be able to start her up. That should go nice and slow in theory. Yeah, abandoned town, trying to piece the story together. Giving all the characters voice dialect accent. Yes, I do enjoy doing that. Which may be, in some cases, ill-advised. Okay. Ooh. This is also iron ore. Okay, so when this one goes... What are we doing on this? I don't even know what kind of... We're still on pure, so... I think that's how it works. Hello? Oh, I'm sorry. I should probably put that away. You're gonna run. Okay. No, fair enough. I'm scary. Okay, so we need cables, we need screws. We just started the screws, so that's going to be a bit. Paynes Creek Killings. Okay. 7 out of 10 at best. Slam dunk of an idea. Alright. Well, thank you, Danny. I will take it... I will take a look at it and see... Okay. Take a look at it and see what we got going. See if I might be interested. I mean, if you're right, it seems like the concept works. Just wasn't your cup. Which, perfectly valid. Smart plating. Five concrete. Man, this takes a huge amount of stuff. Oh. I haven't put down the mom. Alright, I need 5 plate. Maybe you loved it and you're in denial. Also fair. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. Important point. Oh, I need 5. Jeez. Okay, and then reinforced plate. We'll just make all 5 here. Then we go over here and we just start cranking these out. Which, granted, is inefficient, and I can just have the thingy over there make them. But at the same time, I can make a couple hundred, go get the others. In theory, we're going to have a lot. Might enjoy it. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, walking and reading simulator. Yeah. Which again, also fair. Right. I need to put down the mom. All right. And I did not already do this, right? No. Okay, cool. So I could see myself putting one down, even though it was already here. Let's see. Where's their usable wasted space? No! I tried moving backwards. Close enough. Woohoo! Alright. We need... I think there should be hog remains. We have one of these Mercer spheres. And one of the, like, weird S sort of things. Nope, we don't have that. Okay. Cool. Whatever. It's fine. Okay. Nutrients. We got that.
This fruit, dubbed the barrel nut after its distinctive color, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
Bacon agaric.
This mushroom, dubbed bacon agaric due to its uncanny resemblance to raw bacon, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner.
Nice.
Further research is available.
Need to try to see if we can find some pale berries. Right, we have a Mercer sphere.
Mercer sphere analysis completed. Established local planetary signature of massage 2, AB, B, in the local Mercer sphere signals, allowing them to be tracked by the object scanner. Mercer spheres can also transmit data between specific...
Witness our scripture. Witness our windows. Have you come to defile our shrine? Sing us a song.
Arguing the existence of intelligent alien life. While Fixit has figured out the method, all of the original data is still untranslatable.
Don't you gaslight me.
The remains researched belong to an organism now dubbed the fluffy-tailed hog. It has many characteristics that would likely classify it among the Suidae family were it native to Earth. Hog remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving pioneer safety during exploration.
Hatcher. Oh. I don't like that. Shell-like remains of an alien thing. Stinger. Remains of whatever that creepy thing was. Spitter. Remains of a plasma spitting alien creature. Ah, there was a spitter over there. I did see that. I would like to shoot the thing from a distance, but I don't think I have that ability. Hostile organism detection, that's nice. Bioorganic properties. Alien DNA capsule. Okay, if we have 5 meats. Ooh. May also have medicinal properties. Good to know, considering there was some dangerous stuff over there a ways. Okay, so those do go take resources at different rates, which is very helpful. 463, so close.
Milestone reached. Solid biofuel, created from any biomass, ensures maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, the chainsaw allows for the removal of tougher wood and coral foliage. Additionally, your pocket dimension has been inflated to increase inventory size. Inspirational note: will you be the Fix-It Employee of the Month? You could be, if you construct, automate, explore and exploit by eliminating all obstacles to efficiency. This isn't just fun, it's contractually mandated, fun, fun, fun.
This is fine. Alright, so this can take all of that stuff, convert it into solid biofuel, which does 450 megajoules instead of 180. Most energy efficient form. So I was hoping to get this done as fast as possible in order to make sure that we could get, yeah, in order to get this stuff. So we did it, yay. It's gonna take a while, huh? Alright, no, can be made. Constructor. Yeah. Interestingly enough, right? Make a constructor that's going to... make a constructor that's essentially going to feed itself. Production constructor, we don't... yeah, we have the plates. Alright, cool. Where are we going? Let's go this way, which is going to be really weird, but it's fine. Alright, and then build a storage container off of this, which is going to have all of our... Stop. Yeah, my back key is currently taken. So for whatever reason, it's like, must be mapped to something else. And so it's terribly inconvenient. Alright, to build a power line from here to here. And then we're going to not do that. We're gonna build solid biofuel out of relevant items. Can't do any more than that, so alright, cool. Yeah, maybe this was a bad idea putting it so close to the thing here, but it's fine. Personal storage box does not connect. We can see if this works. It's gonna be ridiculous, but whatever. Alright, so now we just throw all this in. Biomass. Doesn't really send it at a quick rate, but it's better than nothing. It's just going to keep doing that while I'm idle. Or rather, not standing over it the entire time. And I don't like standing over the machinery the entire time because, you know, that's its job. Also, I can now go over here, collect a whole bunch of this. Feed it here. Good enough. Don't really need it to do a whole lot. Oh, we might want a chainsaw. Because of course we do. Hog protein. Oh. The computer already ate the hog meat that we had here, so that's too bad. It's not back yet with the instructions on how to make a chainsaw. Is that true? Nope. Do we just get one? No. Okay. We need smart plating for the next thing, so this is probably the next milestone to go for. Naturally. Alright, we got our 200 there. We've got 100 plating here. We've got plenty more plating elsewhere. You. 102 screws here. And 125 cabling here. I mean, we're going to need cabling because that's going to be in high demand for a lot of things. Plenty. Cabling. Nope. Okay. So 100 more screws. And we've got an awful lot of the other stuff. We have an awful lot of wire. Oh, looks like Automod caught another one. Yep. Trade. Pop that in. That's going to automate for quite a while. And then we'll try and trade out as much as we can. Alright, let's leave that for a while. Go over here for something. Danny, I don't know if you're still here, but the games like that, and I mean even Outer Wilds or any of the games that allow for direct reading of texts, certainly give us space for, hey, well, when you do, let me know when that's going to be, because it's fabulous. My brother just started, I think he's probably done or close to done at this point, but my brother started playing it last week sometime. I've occasionally seen him, you know, on my Steam friends as in-game, and I'm just like, oh, you're gonna have such a good time. And then I talked with him very briefly, you know, not to hint or do anything like that, but I said, all right, if you need a rubber duck, like, I'm your guy. You can bounce whatever ideas off of me, and I can give you whatever level of encouragement, nodding along, spoilerlessly, or whatever that you need. Because if you like desperately need a hint, then I can get you a start talking. I mean, we're teachers, right? So like, I can do the teacher thing and be like, so what do you know? Kind of just organize your thoughts. Yeah, you have so much else to play. Yeah, that's understandable. Also true. Very fair. So we also, we were saying, my spouse and I were saying something about, like, I think I told my daughter, and if you need a rubber duck, let me know. And she's like, what? And I was like, you know, a rubber duck. So if you need to just, like, talk to somebody, and then we explained that my spouse was my rubber duck oftentimes for my master's classes because I'm too high. I am floating. Yup, I just clipped right through the... Okay. I was taking... So when we both did senior level linear algebra, and when we both did neural networks for our masters, we'll wait on that story because we just got dumped out again for an ad. Oh, 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 oh. No. No, that's not what I want. Aha. Ah. No. Anyway. Okay. So it looks like we're back. Yeah, so we were like, you know, we were explaining that when I was taking, no, the both of us were taking together our senior level linear algebra class in bachelor's and our neural networks class in master's, that oftentimes we would just bounce ideas off of each other. And it happened kind of a lot that, like, I mean, her questions were just so much better than mine anyway, but it happened so much that, like, what I oftentimes needed was that she had worked in our tutoring center. She had worked in our tutoring center. I see you. At UNH, and so developed a whole, like, series of questions that would help somebody make up their own mind and find out, like, how, you know, allow somebody to find their own way to the answer. And I was like, that's just teaching. Like, yep, all right, cool. And so she would implement those on me, and then once I started getting into the classroom and doing it, I could do it for myself most of the time. So when I ran out of ideas, or if the material was sufficiently hard enough that I just didn't, like, just couldn't, like, get a foothold or anything like that, I would go to her. And especially when we were in the same class together, she already knew the stuff. It was just kind of like, all right, well, here's my understanding. Tell me your understanding. We'll figure out if we can meet somewhere in the middle or whatever. And then I was taking partial and nonlinear differential equations, and I was taking some other stuff that was beyond combinatorics. I can't remember what else. Data mining, which she found interesting as a computer science major, but did not understand the mathematical structures that were going into the data mining class. So there was oftentimes just a little bit of like, yeah, I don't know, I don't really understand where this is going. And so, I would essentially be on my own for a lot of that. But, again, she knows how to ask the proper questions to get all of that figured out. But once we got, you know, deep enough into differential equations and whatever else, she was like, I don't even necessarily know what what would be useful to ask. So, there were times when I would walk up and just say, here's what I think about this thing. And, like, start explaining it, and then about halfway through, I would just go, oh, right, and walk away. And she'd be like, okay. Glad you figured it out. So I explained this to our daughter, that, you know, this is rubber ducking, is that you just need to talk at something in order to figure that out, in order to unlock that part of your brain to be like, ah, yeah, I understand now. So she was like, oh, okay, that's really weird. And I was like, well, but it works. And she's like, okay. So, less than 2 hours later, we walk into the kitchen to find her typing on my spouse's laptop type, 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 and then right next to her is the literal blue rubber duck from upstairs in the bathroom. We're just like, all right. Normally it's metaphorical, but hey, whatever works. Let's see. Right, yeah. And like, humans are such a vocal species anyway. You know, pretty much everything that we do has some sort of vocal component to it, to telling stories. I mean, really, is what it comes down to. It's about telling stories. So close. Not that close. Oh, wow. Alright. Just try to clip through the hill, it's fine. Oh, I don't like that. What just tried to eat me? If anybody does know the fauna of the game. No, maybe not. Alright, cool. Thank you, Danny. Yep. Just try to make sure you're not BSing the whole thing. Yep. Question your assumptions. Uh-huh. Alright. Let's see if we can rush that. Let's see if we can... Ooh, score! Didn't let anybody out. Nice.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. It is unclear where on the flora or fauna spectrum it lies, but initial data suggests this might be a nest or an egg. Research the remains in the MAM to establish classification and potential countermeasures.
Countermeasures, nice. I would, in fact, like to shoot them from very far away. And also those. I don't know what it is, but it looks toxic. I do not want to kill these things, because they're kind of cute. But I do get the feeling that they are on my list here. Oh, yeah, teching everything up. Yeah, I could definitely do it. Megafauna. Yep, got that guy right there. Hatcher.
The remains researched belong to a plant-like organism hosting the larva of the flying crab, the most mature of which hatch when threatened. Hatcher remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving pioneer safety during exploration.
Nutritional processor. Very nice. So we gotta get the pale berry. We need 2 of them. I don't think I've actually seen any. At least not recently, certainly. Shorted. Welcome back, Zach. Mathematicians that learn subjects by teaching classes on them. Saying just one lecturer, hey. Oh. No, I never did that. I did the first time that I was teaching differential equations. I did go back for a couple of the subjects and need to like physically go over things, and you could definitely tell when I don't know what the hell I'm doing, because it's like, let's look at the book and like follow along with this example. Great, now let's do a couple on our own. And I mean, I revert back to the old like tried and true method ish of you know, do some examples, work them out in groups, work them out together, and then on the board we'll discuss like how to do it. But again, if you see me doing just the process without any like theory behind it, it's because I don't understand it. I mean, in the differential equations class that we just did, like, there were a couple of sections that I was not comfortable with, but at least I, like, went back through my notes and was like, okay, this is my understanding of it, and also let's link it back to some other stuff that we've heard about. You know, when we did the Laplace transforms, right? Like, I'm not super comfortable with the theory behind it, but we talked a little bit about kernel functions and all of the like integral transforms, just generically speaking, look like this. So there was at least that I could fall back on to be like, let's just start a discussion on it. But there's also like things that students bring up, right? Some parts of statistics, for example, like I'll be looking for a process because I don't know the theory. Basic statistics, not really a problem, but e to the negative st. Woo! I mean, I do find it probably the most useful one just because we use it so often, but Oh, okay. Ooh. Ugh. Not super close. Oh. Ah. Quartz.
Unknown crystalline mineral collected. This
Unknown.
mineral is composed
Really?
of the same chemical elements as quartz and may yield
Oh, okay.
similar industrial functions. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
Nope. 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 Damn. Grr. Oh, it's up on the hill. That's why. I mean, we're just gonna have to settle it with a math off, so. Or do like the old days and have a duel. Set each other problems, right? Alright, Now this is where we can actually utilize a wonderful part about this whole thing. We double our walking speed. I don't know if we double our run speed, but... yeah, I don't know what percentage of our walking speed that thing is. So. Alright. Use 10 of the 14 we have.
The crystalline mineral was a previously unknown variation of quartz, with uniquely large and flawless crystals, normally only found in synthetic quartz. The industrial application of this mineral will follow that of its synthetic counterpart, specifically in communication and exploration technologies.
So I have the alien tech stuff and the megafauna. We need to find stingers and spitters. We got a spitter up there somewhere. Don't you growl at me. Grad functional analysis class are tough. Whoa. I mean, the real question, Zach, is did they actually know what they were talking about? They probably did, but nonetheless. What's that? That was weird. Yeah, definitely. I had to be in a number of classes, which, like, for me, was actually pretty good. Sir, I'm gonna need you to step out. Oh, there we go. Right, chainsaw. 5 reinforced iron plates and 160 screws. Why am I doing that? I guess we can get the plates here. Because we don't have iron plates. Cool. Sir. Alright, reinforced iron plates, I need 5.
Milestone reached. The assembler can produce more complex parts, including the first project part, smart plating, which is crucial for initiating project assembly. Project parts must be delivered to the space elevator. By completing your contracted duties as part of project assembly, you will definitely be helping achieve Fix-It Company goals without any other ulterior motive. Note: humans cannot craft project parts. Do not worry about your inadequate crafting skill when compared to an assembler. Fix-It cherishes your innate human abilities, such as walking, striking objects, and commodifying natural resources.
Yay. He's laughing at me. We're good. Yes. Woohoo! Alright, because we need to put that in our hands. Single mode. Oh, area mode. Okay. Okay, that's not okay. Let's switch so we don't drain our biofuel, which we'll go with that. Out of range. Oh no. Oh no. I think maybe we just became Leatherface. At least to these creatures. Because, nope. Ow. Jerk. I don't think I'm actually doing any damage here. Alright. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Nope, that's definitely not what I wanted. Alright, punk. There we go.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Their weaponized plasma is most likely stored as a stable chemical substance in an organ close to their mouth, and only turns volatile when exposed to one of the chemical elements in the air. Research the remains in the MAM to establish classification and potential countermeasures.
Fuzzy tail hog. Come on down. Come on down. Bring it. Freighter re-entry milestone exchange concluded. Okay. Second order elliptic PDEs by finding weak solutions and proving they were actually in. Oh. You're a hog. Maybe. Oop, oh no. So this is one of the other nice aspects of this game where I can now, because we've got it more or less automated to some of the stuff anyway, we can go off on expeditions and know that we're actually still producing stuff. So, yay. May not be getting any closer to our actual phase 1, but you know, whatever, it's fine. That's gonna take a while. Jump pads. A jump pad and U jelly landing. Oh no. Resource Sync bonus program. Awesome Sync. Got excess resources? Fear not, Fix It does not waste. The newly developed Awesome Sync turns any and all useful parts into research data just as fast as you can supply them. Participating pioneers will be compensated with coupons that can be spent at the Awesome Shop. Customizer. Color section as well as material and pattern. Hooray. No refunds possible. Logistics Mark II. Conveyor Belt Mark II. Faster. Right? Stackable conveyor pole. Can be stacked on top of other conveyor poles. That's nice. Transports 120 per minute. Yep. So speedy. I don't really need anything to be sped up that fast. Jump pads are interesting. 50 motors, rotors, iron plates, and cables. Sure, why not? Okay, and then we need 50 rotors, which, yes, we could just make them. And we need many more iron rods. Oh, right. Just pick them up. Okay. Yeah. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, I'm definitely with you on that one, Megamorph. So 20 more, we got 20 more left. Alright, fill up. So we've actually done that, so we need to make more of the basic biomass. Oops. And the wood. Alright, Zach. Have a good night. We'll probably raid out once I got another discovery or two. We'll figure something out. But thanks for coming in, and we'll see you later. That guy.
The remains researched belong to an organism that tends to nest near objects emitting specific types of resonance. Spitters are called as such due to their ability to create and spit plasma across long distances.
I notice.
Spitter remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving Pioneer safety during exploration.
It was great. I clicked on to the next one and researched it, and next one researched it, next one researched it, and she immediately stopped her dialogue. It was like, hey, look, if you want to rush through this, that's your business, and then just stopped. And I was like, whoa. Strange alien matter. Nice. Doesn't seem to follow the laws of physics. Lovely. Alright, so I need another Mercer sphere and 11 SAM fluctuator. I can't get that until we get the other one. Yeah. Summers loop analysis. Spitter protein. Okay, we need some more. Do 10 more. Aliens matter shouldn't shouldn't obey laws of physics that are unjust. Yeah. Yeah, jump pads.
Milestone reached. The Fix-It jump pad combines high technology and innovation for optimized factory traversal and an ideal travel experience. Clarification. Ideal travel experience not guaranteed, individual results may vary. Pioneers are responsible for all workplace accidents resulting from jump pad usage.
Blade runners. Nope, there we go. So we need 5 meat. We have 1. This is not refrigerated. I don't recommend this. Alright, 2 minutes 40 seconds to return. take out the smelter. Put it over here. Nope, not that one. Smelter. I want this to be over here. Nope, don't want to hit that button. I want this to be over here. I want... it's off-center. Is that right? I think that's right. Cool. We want to now build... Nope. Dismantle that one and rebuild that one. We're going to split this into two so that we get two. Cool. Okay. Then stop. All right. This guy and it goes in there, cool. And then we gotta feed power back. Right, where'd it come from? That one. Ah, right. It lost its instructions. We need iron ingots. Okay, and then this also should feed another one? Question mark? Wait. This is a merger, right? That's a splitter. Oh, curses. Right. Merger. No. You've been playing for 2 hours. Please stop. Okay, do another smelter on this side. Too steep. What? Nonsense. Alright, so we gotta undo this one. Redo this one. Hmm. Nope. 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 This one up to... What is going on there? Here. Up one. Take that down. Too steep again. Man. Taking on so much of this stuff. Alright, we need then a maybe 1 meter, 2 meter platform. Platform. I think that's at least going to get us something to work with. Interesting. So it also locks onto the particular location. Okay. And then we need this to be iron, and we need to get it power. Who's got power? That's another 4. So here we're maxed out. Plenty. So that one is going over here. Okay. Alternatively, how much is this one taking up? Is it 5? Yeah. Destroy this power line. And get... How's this one working on it? 17 out of 20 would not work for us. This is 8. here. There. And also there to there. Check. Still only 12 megawatts, or well within, 17. There we go. Okay. 17 megawatts. Still within safety parameters there. Okay. Since we break real or complex numbers into real and imaginary, split real numbers into rational and irrational, the integers should be split into natural and unnatural abominations. Yeah. None of this negative whole numbers soft. Well, they were doing it as what do they want to call it? Direct and inverse, I think, is positive and negative. And is it Gauss? I think it might have been Gauss. Hey, Poaching. Repeated quadratic irreducible fraction decomposition. Jeez. That depends. Do you have an example? This 4 needs to go over here. Okay, we're already maxed out on this side. Cool. You can be maxed out on this side too. This is concrete. Yeah. Ah. Yes, that would probably be better. Yeah, that looks right. So you've got your ax plus b on both the x squared plus 1 and also on the x squared plus 1 squared. Yes. And then a over x is the other one. Yep. A1. Yeah. Think so. Yeah. Tends to happen occasionally. What am I doing? That's wire. We don't need that. We don't need rotors. Okay. 400 concrete. Got plenty of that over in the storage shed. And rods. Cool. Right, do we forget anything here? No. Got a lot more quartz, so we can probably use some of it in the... Oh, 400 and... I thought it was 1400. Jeez.
Milestone reached. You have been given access to the anti-waste effort for stress testing of materials on Exoplanet's bonus program, also known as AWESOME. Your awesome input allows Fixit to comprehend our amazing universe more clearly. In appreciation of this, we have generously set up an internal, closed economy with exclusive rewards and currency. Directing
good, we get
parts of
script.
varying quantity and complexity into the awesome resource sink will grant Fixit coupons. These coupons can be redeemed in the Awesome Shop for highly desirable items such as new foundations, walls, factory attachments, cosmetics, parts, and more. Next time you have additional resources, just remember to go that extra kilometer. Go awesome.
Alright, let's see. We want raw quartz. Cool. Oh, oh no. Oh, it's over a kilometer away. Well, good news, I suppose. We might be able to make some of those hoppers. Jump pad. Right, so like, where are they actually made? Oh, is it here? Nope. Okay, interesting. It's not here either. Oh, interesting. Okay. I need some reinforced iron plates for the floors, I'm guessing. Okay. Ah. So we actually don't even need to do that. We can build one of these. Rods. Ooh. I don't know, that's right. We can just go collect some. That direction. And then we say we want a production instructor. Nope. Good. Here to there. Okay, right. Looking good. Then from here back to there. So we've got to do the same deal again. Where we're gonna come over this way. Off one. And then we come from here. Go there. Sure. Yay, clipping through everything. Okay, and then this, we need this to be copper sheet. Okay, we've got copper ingots coming in. Cool. Got max 30. Yay. Wonder if we can cut off one and trade. No. Yeah, good enough. Don't do that. What's running down here? That's 9. So, man, that's just over. At least I think, right? So that should be 5. Yeah, this should be 4. That stuff down there is already 21. Nothing can be moved over to this. It's already at capacity for what we're doing. Grr. Might have to make a new one. Alright. I think we're going to call it here and work on that. Maybe think it over a little bit. And then figure it out for next time. So, we are going to go find somebody to raid out to. Dawn is currently doing Daisy. Ooh, solar flare on astronomy show. Ready to Tina is doing some Satisfactory on the Dune Desert, day 12. Tom the Astra Canuck is talking about the Europa Clipper. Physics and depression is on. Glad to see he's here. Oh boy. Cast is doing some weird stuff. I think maybe we'll go to Ready to Tina just so that we can keep the Satisfactory going. Provided she didn't just sign off. She might have just signed off. Curses. No, she's there. And she's been on for 5.5 or 4.5 hours though. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do it. Alright. Hope you all have a good evening and rest of your awesome weekend and all that. We will be back on certainly Tuesday, probably sooner. I'm going to be doing some stellar cartography in Elite Dangerous, and we're trying to connect a bunch of the stuff that we've been dealing with in multiple different sectors and trying to map out a whole bunch of stars, trying to see if we can get a particular stellar type. So we're looking, it's really weird. We're looking for gas giants that have 8 moons, probably have ringed miniature suns like dwarf stars in the same system, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's kind of weird. So we're going to be doing stellar cartography at some point. I'll probably stream it just because. And thank you very much, everybody, for coming. See you all later. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Mega. Thank you, Punching, and everybody else who is in chat that I can't see right now. So, sorry. All right, let's go see Ready to Tina. Have a good night, everybody. My name is Obi-Wan Pez, and this is N Simplex Pachinko. Have a good night.